Hey, what's going on, everybody on YouTube? How's everybody doing? I'm doing just fine, doing awesome actually. Today, welcome back to another Blondskunk Building World episode. And today, oh baby, finally, we're done with this project. We are done, we're moving on. There are some things in the castle that need to all be connected up and everything like that, like this pathway winds up to this part here, which you can get up to. But this right here, these two entrances are still not connected yet, and there's some little parts and ends that are not finished. But like over here, you can see like this goes nowhere. Like there's nowhere it goes. Like it's like, where would this go? You know what I mean? But that all can be figured out in time. Maybe I'll make like a turn here to go down into this area here. That's off camera work though. I have fun with that off camera because it's a lot of figuring out where everything's gonna go. It's quite boring to watch on camera for you guys, so in time I'll figure that stuff out. But we have a banner for this castle in particular because I plan to have more castles around here, unique castles, which we'll get into in a second. We're gonna have some banners and logos and symbols for each of the castles and each of the kingdoms that we have around the area. And we'll talk in a minute about the idea about how this world's going to play out over time. Because we're not just trying to build random structures all around this world. We're trying to theme it around something. And if we ever did a Season 2 of Blondskunk's Building World, then we would do another theme. You know what I mean? We'd do different themes. But I don't plan on going into a Season 2 anytime soon. I'm just using that as an example. The theme of this world is medieval, Game of Thrones style stuff. My favorite style to build in, my best style to build in. So I'm quite familiar with this style, and so it's very easy for me to build castles. If I'm the master builder of anything, it would have to be castles. Everything else is sort of like, set aside and everything like that. So, but yeah, that's going to be the theme of this world. So we want to get some banners. We want to get a story going. I'd like to get a story rolling along and connect the projects up so everything sort of makes sense. Why is this here? Why is this Stone Guard Castle? What is the story behind it? We'll start getting in more in the depth in that field of like story and everything, and developing the story for everything, which I think is going to be really cool and add to this world a lot. And it gives you sort of an imagination of some sort just to go off of. Take one more look at this banner design real quick, because I want to put it down here at the bridge. But yeah, this castle I think is done, or I know it's done. it is complete, which is awesome. I think that's just really cool to think about, because this castle has been in the works for 2 months now, and that's awesome that it's now complete. But what's next? What is the next sort of project that is going to be happening in this world? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is what we want it to look like. Just like that. That's what we want it to look like. But yeah, what's the next project in this world? What's the next step we are going to take? And to be quite honest with you, it's getting there. The project is well, how do I put this? It's almost done. And I think it's a good way of putting this, which is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. And it's not almost done, but it's getting close. It's getting close. It'll be a project that is going to be taking a good while to build, but oh dear, I forgot to put the little piece there. It's going to be taking a little bit to build, but I think we're going to be getting the idea of it pretty soon. Like, the idea is going to start coming along very quickly here, and it's going to be quite interesting to see. So let's fly off in this direction, because this is where the project is going to be. And it is quite cool. I like the idea behind this project, and I think it's going to really give you guys some inspiration of what, castles could be like. So, an episode ago, this was not here. This whole thing was not here. I've been working on this for the past week, because the idea of this has been really making me really happy and really excited to build it. Right over there is Stoneguard Castle. Right over there. Just literally, we turn around, it's here. Boom. We go this way. Boom. 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 You know what I mean? So these castles are very close to each other. But what's different about this castle here is that, well, it's not so much a castle to say, but it's going to be a castle kingdom is what I'm going to be calling it. A castle kingdom. The Castle Kingdom project. Basically, the idea for this is I started off building a castle. Very simple idea, right? I wanted to build another castle. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling the castle vibe. I've been really enjoying the Stoneguard Castle, but Stoneguard is basically done now. So we're leaving it at that. So I decided, okay, let me just start building a castle, and I love this mountain right here. And I was like looking at it, I'm like, I love this spot of building. I like building castles on mountains, and this mountain was just perfect. I could see a castle being built on it. And I started to tear out some of this land here. I started building a castle like normal, and I started building this up, which is still going to be the theme of it. It's going to be a castle, but instead of having all these towers and this one castle on top for the king and the throne room and all this stuff, which is still going to be over here in this little castle, that's going to be the little guy right there, but instead we're going to have all these houses and just regular shops and like a kingdom inside of the castle, a castle kingdom, which is a really neat idea. I think this is really cool. Now, probably a lot of you have saw this idea float around on boats. A lot of people would build houses and little shops and a kingdom basically on a boat. And this idea is not new, but I think it's unique to do something inside out basically. You have instead of the castle being surrounded by the kingdom, the kingdom is being surrounded by the castle, which is cool. I think is a really cool idea. So I've already started doing some little landscape work here. I've started building up the landscape to the castle. This spot's got to be worked on a little bit. This has got to be really overhauled. But a lot of it's just being built up to the height of it all. And this is probably my favorite part of the castle so far, the Kingdom Castle, the Castle Kingdom, whatever you want to call it, is this bridge / staircase that's leading up. And I love it because it comes down like it's going to go straight across, but then it makes that bend, and then it comes down over here. Why? I don't know, but it looks cool. It looks really neat. And you get this sort of more intense feeling that it's taking a little bit longer to get up this staircase here. I love it. So you just walk around, and just imagine you're walking up to go to a castle. But then, all of a sudden, we're greeted by some of these little storage rooms here. I don't know what these are here for, but they're sort of just here, I guess, for anything. I'm thinking about putting an entrance here, like some sort of big gateway, instead of it just going up right into the little castle that's going to be there for the king. But we're going to have two big towers here on either side, these big giant behemoths of towers, these guard towers. And basically what's going to be the deal for these guys is I might put a entrance right here, like a gated entrance, which I think would kind of make sense, right? It would be the entrance into the full kingdom. So we go up into here, and this is the castle, the little miniature castle that's going to be sitting in between. It's going to divide the village into two, so you'll have the houses and the inn over here, the residential, and then the commercial will be on this side, which I think is really, really neat. Organizes the castle very, very well. So yeah, you'll have your normal throne room, and then there'll be another upstairs part to this castle. So it's going to be really neat. It's going to be really, really cool to see how this all unfolds. And I'm very excited to get working on this. And there's just some little things here and there. So if like you're going in here, this interior is starting to come along already. I have the idea for this. Basically, this little hallway is going down. It's going down here, and you lead off into like this downstairs downstairs place, which is all hollowed out. Of course, I used some structure blocks to carve out the mountain a little bit. Of course, that's what I gotta do. But over here we have another entrance. We have this other bridge, and what I thought was this could be really cool because this could be like the downstairs room, the private room for the castles and the knights could live in this area. I don't know. Really cool. I just started building this first, so this is all castle-y, and this is how it's going to look on the outside. It's going to look like a massive building, but on top there's going to be miniature buildings. There's going to be a kingdom on top, basically, instead of a giant palace throne room. So before I go any further, there is another thing that I did build in this world, which gave me a really good idea. My good friend, Kaji, from Twitter, she does a lot of artwork for the channel and all that stuff. We play Overwatch all the time. She suggested, build a boat. She's like, build a boat. You know, just telling me what to do and stuff. Build a boat, and I did this. And I put it with the colors of the Stoneguard Castle. And it gave me a great idea. Like, these little things in the world, we don't have to have behemoths of projects. You know what I mean? We can have these little structures placed around the world to give story. And they're right over here is the apple farm. You know what I mean? So, like, we have this little bay area, and then we have the apple farm over there. Who owns the apple farm, you know? Who owns the Stoneguard Castle? Why is this boat here? You know what I mean? Like, these questions we can answer and make a story out of, which I think is going to be really cool in the time to come. So once we get more structures down, once we get more of the same structures down, so like Stoneguard, we obviously know Stoneguard owns that boat, but why is that boat there? Why is it so close to the territory of this castle right here? By the way, we're going to need a name for this castle/kingdom, so let me know. This is going to be a really unique project, so we need a special name for it. So if you guys have any idea of what that name could be, let me know. But without further ado, we're going to be working on this bridge right here, which I think is going to be really, really cool. It's really going to make this castle come along. And I've been working on this side of the castle, trying to polish this up and everything. I just filled in all of this cobblestone just to get this done for the video. And trying to make sure that we, you know, get this rolling, this project rolling. I'm super excited to get started on this project. So, let me use some wool here. I'm going to count from this spot. So this will be a pillar right here. So we'll build this all the way down till a nice ground level. And we'll build this up. So right here is where these pillars will be. I definitely know these will be here. We're going to build this over. We're going to make sure this is nice and odd numbers. And right here is where I want it. Yep, that's perfect. So we'll start building it here. And let's just see, is this 5? That's 5. This will be 3 over here. So we'll bring this in close. Just like this. That's fine, that's okay. That is okay. You can see there, I'm just going to build this in. Now what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to figure out like where our first pillars are going to... Oh, this is weird. This is weird. Okay, that's why. Sometimes you can get a little bit strange. But I'm just trying to get an idea for where the first like pillars are going to be for the bridge, the stabilizers, and they're going to go right here. This is going to be the first ones. The first sort of support for the bridge. I'm going to build it down to this level here, which is fine. And yeah, this is going to be really, really cool. I think this is going to be cool. Something like that, maybe. Yeah, and that'll be how it'll go. So, get rid of all this black wool, because we don't need it. I like to use wool for like measuring stuff and seeing where it's going to go. Usually bright wool, but black wool will do. So right here we have sort of this T now. Okay, so we'll count over like that. So that's the T right there. We can make the T shorter, of course, like this, and that'll be one of the supports for the bridge. So now we got to figure out, okay, where's this next T gonna go? So it'll be like this. Ready? This is how I do bridges. Like figuring out where these T's are can really help you do nice bridges in Minecraft. These are really good. So these T's again, we're doing the T just like that, and we'll do another one over here. And this is all just figuring out where everything's gonna go. So I can start off by doing one block, and these T's are much easier to build than building down. And then you can kind of mark off where your next support is gonna be. So we'll do these T's just to start, one block away from each other. Just like so. Oh, we don't want to do that. We don't go too crazy now. So I could do smaller T's like this, and have them 3 blocks apart like so. And that way I can fit another T in the middle. One interesting way of going about it. Or I can offset the bridge with this T right here. And maybe... So this is the center point, right? I can push out... See how this water is sort of going through like this? We want to focus around being this water as well. So where is this going to be then? Where is this water? So we have basically this endpoint here, and we want maybe like that. That's where we want the T to be, right here. Just like so. Yep. I could build another T there, but we're going to leave that open. What this is going to create is a sort of this opening. Then we're going to have the opening for the bridge, so like little boats and stuff can get through. We're not trying to fit in big boats or anything, but we're just trying to, make it so everything sort of flows under the bridge. Any little boats will do. So we're going to do these bigger T's like this, and that will then equal up a lot better. So keep that, build over 2, like this. Wait, why is this, is that not what the heck's happening here? 5. Oh, because that one's not a T like that. Okay, so there we go. That works. So this is our center right here. This is where the underneath part of the bridge is going to go. And basically what we can do now is just figure out how this is going to go. So something like that maybe. Yeah, that could work. And bridges are not easy. They are not easy, let me tell you. They are something else. We're trying to figure out like how this is all going to work out like this. And so we can have this little right here. So then we can have like a pillar right here. See how this is going to go. I'm building this down. There we go. You can see then how it's all working out. Kind of get a shape for the bridge. So I'm going to work on this just a little bit more. I'm going to try to figure out some stuff, figure out how else this bridge is going to go, and I'll come back to you when we get more into the cooler side of the building of the bridge. Alright, so the bridge is coming along very nicely. I am very happy with this bridge so far, just because of its style and shape. You'll see in a minute. I'll show you just the way this actually ended up working out, and the idea I have behind this whole bridge. You'll see in just a second once I fly over there. Let me just figure this out real quick. Let me get this going. What we actually are looking at in terms of how this bridge has been planned out, because it's quite unique, I'll give you that. So right here we have 2 archways, as you guys can see. If we look on this side, you can see that this is sort of the way that it's looking. So one is for, of course, underneath passage on land, which works out very nicely because, as you can see, it's just like you have the waterway passage, which is much bigger, right? And then you have another passageway, which is the which is the land passageway. So you can still walk under the bridge, and then you have, of course, the underneath one, which leads around, which this is really, really cool. I like this a lot. Still got to do some finishing touches on here, but I just thought I would show you everything that was happening and going on. Very unique, very cool. We gotta fix this up quick. Is this on this side too? I guess so, yeah. What's going on here? What do I do here? Put those in. Here, look, I can do this. Like so. Yeah, that might look a little better. Just wanted to give it a little bit of a difference. It's not looking all the same. Yeah, that's pretty good. Right where those little T's were. These are actually where the T's are. These are little T's, so I just transformed them into something else. Usually I would get rid of them because they're just for like figuring out where everything's going to go on the bridge. But for the most part, I actually use them in this bridge, and I think it looks pretty nice. So I'm going to add a little bit of something just to make this entrance pop a little bit more. Be like, yeah, do something like that, just so it's like popping out from the actual bridge itself. Pistons are awesome. Pistons are a great little little feature there. Maybe I'll actually use chiseled. Where's chiseled? There we go. I'll use chiseled here as a focus block. Looks pretty nice. We'll add it in here too. Just like so. Yeah, that's pretty good. And these sometimes I can't stand the little dot there, so I just put that over, and then yeah, it just gives a little bit of a difference because you can see the dot on this side too. So just having that little button there just kind of helps it in a way. And maybe some lighting, maybe get a little bit of lighting. Glowstone, sure. Do some glowstone. Let me get my fence back and torches. Where are those darn things? There they are. Oh, a little torch in the front, maybe. Nah. Maybe I can add glowstone in here actually instead of the pistons. Yeah, that'll work. I'll do that instead. And here, what about a little hanging glowstone almost? Something like that. Sort of like a little light as you're passing through. Maybe some torches on the side there. There we go. That's pretty cool looking. I like it. I like it. And then we'll just add some foliage around just to finish it all off. Yeah. Really, that's that's about it. I think that's looking pretty nasty cool sick. Nasty cool sick. Yeah. All the words. But yeah, there you go. That'll do. Just as fine. So yeah, I had to push this mountain back a little bit because it's going to obviously come through here. But this is awesome too. I think this is like a little architectural feature too. Not just for design, but for function as well. Like, if the river actually overflowed, which it wouldn't, but in real life it overflowed, it's not just trying to go all through this. It actually will overflow and go through this one too. So it's not just for like land, it would be for, in function in real life, it would be for something else as well, which is quite interesting to see how that would actually work. I would actually like to see that. But unfortunately, we're in a game that's not very realistic, so it wouldn't actually happen. So I guess we can do this, do that one. Just want to kind of break it up a little bit. I hate repetitiveness. I hate it. I hate it. I hate when it's too repetitive. There we go. Not too bad. Boop. And yeah, it looks good. It's all about the same there for me. All about the same. These two are a little different. Yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. And this one and that one. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do, my friends. That'll do. Look at that. Build this all up here. And yeah, it's a little foliage just around here just to give it a little bit more of something. Foliage is great for hiding little things that you don't know what to do with. It's always nice. Yeah, I don't want to go too crazy here with the leaves. That looks fine. And did I do any on this side? No, I didn't. Build this up a little bit more. So, that looks I think that looks pretty good. I like the way I like how this bridge turned out. I think I'm gonna keep it at that because I think that looks pretty cool looking. What if we? I don't know. I always have these ideas that pop in my mind last minute, but what if we turn these sideways like that? Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. Breaks up the pattern. Breaks up the pattern just a tad. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. We'll have these little trapdoors. There we go. Alright, now I feel it. Now I feel it coming along here. Takes me a minute. But once I place that one block that usually gives it a little bit of something. It's nice. Nice to have that feeling. Nice to have that feeling. There you go. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. It looks pretty cool. So as you're coming down the riverbank here, you know, you could have like a little passage. We're gonna have a little pathway that kind of wraps up and goes up to the hill there. And yeah, we have this all sorted out, I guess. Yeah. And have this come down. Design feature, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's not too bad. This is not too bad. I like this project. I like it. I like this bridge. I've never really done anything like it before, so it's kind of cool to do something a little different. Instead of just doing like a basic bridge, it has something a little bit unique about it. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, and it works for the castle. It just has the function right, and then it has something also a little extra as well. So hopefully you guys like the introduction to this new project. Again, I do need a name for this castle, so let me know what you're thinking. And as always, don't forget to be awesome, and I will see you guys next time.